Hello, this is my review of the Aucma 6.2 liter excuse me, stand mixer. Excuse me. This is the manual that it came with. It comes with several attachments. I have mixture in there. I'm making some homemade butter. But it comes with the beater attachment, the the paddle attachment, and there's a dough attachment as well. These look smaller than what I'm used to seeing, but believe it or not, it does come pretty close to the bottom of the bowl. I guess I should have done a review, a review to show. I should have done the review before I started making the butter to show you how close it comes to the bottom. But it does come fairly close. It comes roughly about right there. So, and the bowl is down up inside there about a good inch. So actually it comes like within maybe a quarter of an inch of the bottom, or maybe even an eighth of an inch. It goes down pretty close to the bottom. It's a really, really very easy operation. And it tells you when you lower this, then you can raise this headpiece right here. And you can pull your mixing tool out, or put one on, put your bowl in, whatever it is you're wanting to do. Lower it back down and bring this back up to the upright position. It says it has 6 speed settings. Oh, I know where the other one is. So you have, that's one. There's off. That's the pulse setting. When you let it go, it stops. So that's one. Then that's your first setting. Your second. Third. Fourth. And fifth. Oops, there's 6 going around. I stand corrected. It has 6 going around. There's 5 and there's 6. So that's the utmost speed. So actually, to be honest, it's got more like 7 settings. Because there's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's off. And then you have the pulse setting. So actually it has 7 speeds, 7 settings. I've got, let me turn this down because my butter's not ready to be. Ooh, look at it creaming up. It says it's low noise, but as you can see, I have to raise my voice fairly high for you to be able to hear me over the sound of it. So it is fairly loud. I like this lid because it has, let me show you. See this right here? These are like silicone attachments that's on the lid. And you put it on and kind of push it up around this round piece right here. And it holds it in place. Then when you put your bowl on, you can lower it to sit onto the bowl. And it holds it. As you can see, it's not moving at all. See, it doesn't move at all. Also, this bowl, which is different from my other one, this bowl, when you put it on here, make sure you turn it clockwise so it'll lock it in place. My other one, it just had a rubber thing there, like a silicone thing, that kept it from moving around a lot. But when it would get to this stage, when my butter would get to this stage, my bowl and the machine would start jumping around all over the place. is a very, very, very good. I read reviews. Some of them said it's horrible. This one, honestly, I can't say it's horrible. I love it. I'm so glad I got it. I only spent, excuse me, maybe $109, I think. And look at that. Look how well it's beaten up my butter. It's about time for me to put my herbs in it. I make my own butter because butter's too expensive today. $5 for 4 sticks, which is like a pound. $5 for a pound. And this right here, I'll get about 3 pounds out of it. And I've spent about $5. With the seasoning, about $5.50. So this is a godsend. I can make my own butter. I can mix up my own bread dough. And it does a wonderful job. I haven't done it yet, but the way it's working with my butter, I know it's going to be awesome. I'm very happy that I got this stand mixer. The manual here, as you can see, it's written in very simple English. Very plain. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see it. But when I had them on, it was very clear. As you can see, it tells you troubleshooting, tells you how to keep it clean, actually gives you recipes for you to try. And there's a manufacturer's warranty that comes with this as well. These are the attachments I told you about that it comes with. The bowl, the dough mixer, the paddle, the beater. There's the lid right there. This is a wonderful, wonderful buy. For just slightly over $100, you cannot go wrong. I read the reviews and there was people complaining, saying this and that, that it wasn't turning on. They'd have the knob, it'd be lit up and they'd turn it, that the mixer wasn't moving, or it wasn't able to hold up to the weight of the item that's in being mixed. But I'm not having that problem. Right now it's still in the whipped cream stage. Kind of like a cool whip stage. But pretty soon, I'm not going to hold you on here, pretty soon it'll be in a chunk. I got to get my seasoning in there. But I wanted to let you see this. And I am very, very happy with my Aucma stand mixer. Very happy.
This is just a review of the Aucma mixer, kitchen mixer. We got this one. We also got the KitchenAid Artisan with the 5-liter bowl. The Aucma has a 6-liter. Supposedly, the KitchenAid is a 325 or 50 watt motor, and this Aucma is supposedly a 650 watt one. Although looking at the plug for this one, it's not what I would have expected for 600 watts versus the KitchenAid is actually a 3-prong grounded one. It is metal on the outside, the KitchenAid, and so that's maybe another reason why they needed or felt like they needed to go with the 3-prong. Maybe this is just fine having 2 prongs. When I plugged them up to a watt meter, they both seem to, obviously I'm just doing water right now, so the mixing strength is not needing a lot of power to do the mixing, and so you'll see them come up to about the same, but it makes it seem like this one is probably, if they say it's a 650 watt motor, maybe it is. So anyway, I'll turn it on. I filled up both of these bowls, even though this is a 6-liter and this is a 5-liter bowl. You can see this one has, they're both filled up with 12 cups of water. And you can see the water level is about, you know, we have about this much distance. I probably should have put my hand in there when it's plugged in. On top of the water level before it gets messed up in the gears. And over here, we have about the same distance roughly until it starts getting inside of that gear. So I think capacity wise, for 1/3 of the price, you're getting about the same capacity. One downside versus the KitchenAid is the whole head is lower in there versus the KitchenAid. We look down, there's some clearance above it. Gets you a little bit better access inside, but maybe that's not a big deal. The latch on this is spring, so I'm gonna have to use 2 hands to keep it from flipping up fast. Right, there we go. Oh. And it locks in place. It's kind of nice that it locks into place. The KitchenAid, once it's unlocked, so this is locked, this is unlocked. It's definitely some weight and heft to it. You can feel that, and makes it feel premium, I guess. Not that that matters. So we'll drop these back down. It locks into place. It feels sturdy. Not as sturdy as the KitchenAid, but feels sturdy enough probably. We haven't used it to cook anything yet. The bowl just has one position that you can lock it into place. This bowl over here has like 3 different positions you can stick it in and it'll lock. Otherwise, I think they're pretty comparable. I'll turn them on. Here's, turn them up to the same speed. So, running about 60 watts. Turn this one on to about the same speed. It's using 70 watts. They're both going nuts, flashing out. One thing, I think the slowest speed on this one is slower than the KitchenAids. It does have one of the, if you just want to spin it fast. This one does not. You have to slowly go up. So, so that's the review of the two. Definitely more sturdy. Oh, the bottoms, this one's got suction cups on it. And this one's just a heavy with a rubber bottom. So it holds it in place that way. Otherwise, yeah, you definitely feel the premium on the KitchenAid because the weight in particular, this is more of a plastic feel, but it's like 1/3 of the price, so. Without the funnel on top of this one, it's difficult to use that guard. Whereas on the KitchenAid, it's a lot simpler.
So the other way is for each cup. Yeah. This is attached on here.
So I guess this is fine for like dropping peanuts and things inside, just not for dumping flour.
Okay.
So on this one, when you the splash guard seems to work just fine on the mixing side for both of them. One benefit of this one though is when you lift it up, the splash guard comes up too. So even though you can't dump stuff in through the hole very easily, being able to have it quick access to the whole thing is quite nice. Whereas with the KitchenAid, you can't actually lift it out, so you are reliant on the funnel unless you want to take it off. So there's a lot more movement on this one. We're at 300 watts now. And switch to this one. Definitely a lot tighter.
Sorry.
was my first time ever having one of these, and I just took it out of the box, turned it on, and I found that this is just a little rickety. I'm going to take that off. I have these that I'm going to keep in here, and I checked them. They seem to be strong, sturdy, and reliable. So I'm going to lift this up. That's what it says to do. Okay. That's, wow, okay. Now, let's put that in. And I'm not going to put one of these in. Okay, I've got to hold it down and hang on just a sec. Okay. Now, let's turn it on and see what happens. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very loud. I'm going to try something else. Okay, I put an attachment on because some people were complaining that it didn't go all the way down. And it really shouldn't go all the way down. So I'm going to put it's just enough for my finger. Maybe a little bit more than, let me do my thumb. And it has a little hump here. It has like a hump right here. And this is probably this much from the bottom, which is satisfactory to me because I don't want it raking the bottom and scratching it up. Okay, now that I have it down, let's turn it, see what happens. I want to see how close it gets to the edges. And it looks like to me, okay, probably this Dutch, or let me see. Yeah, it's that much from the edge. So let's do it higher. That's the highest. My mom always said, do not turn things off like a whoosh unless it's an emergency. So, that's my review, and it seems like a keeper.
So I've had this mixer since November. As you see, the lights are blue. I'm going to put the thing up slowly, or not so slowly. So, as you see, there's bananas in it. I was just about to make banana chocolate chip muffins. My kids love them. And I go to turn the mixer on. I can't hear anything. It won't engage. So I'll check it with a different plug. Lights are blue again. Just a minute ago it would catch, but then it won't do anything. It won't spin. It's not any problem here. This is sectioned closed, but I can't seem to get it to run, and I always hold this down so it doesn't do that. But see how the blue light turns off? Someone help me, please. I would like to make banana chocolate chip muffins again in my mixer. Apparently our window has closed for support and returns. I understand that, but could someone help me? Thank you. God bless.
Yeah, I just received my mixer. I bought it because of the beautiful color and the size, which I love. However, there's a chip and it's a noticeable, I mean, there's, you know, paint missing or something. So it's definitely noticeable because my reason for buying it is because of the beautiful color. Wondering whether to return it or if they could offer me some little paint thing for it or something.